messy. Of course, it's horrible that Russia attacked Ukraine, but also it's kind of fucked that NATO kept fucking with these guys and trying to bring them in and moving arms closer to Russia.
Says like, hey man, I get you guys got your little toys and stuff. Just do me a favor. Let's have an agreement. Don't go past here, right?
Yeah.
You guys promise? We'll shake on it. We'll shake on it.
Yeah,
you want to sign? Let's sign. And then a month later, they're like, dude, why are you moving the... I thought we agreed. We're
Werewolves.
Werewolves. Now, you just said we're not that far off from monkeys, and then 10 minutes before that, you talked about the guy shoving a fucking...
Yeah. You know what Chimps would have done to him?
Barbaric.
Chimps would have been way worse. Chimps would have gone fingers first. Just start chopping off fingers. They would have bit his dick off. You're
right. They would have
been more worse. The knife up the asshole is probably the best way for that guy to go. Well, I think we're still way better than what we used to be. We're way better than lower primates. What I think is we're in the process of reaching another level. And I think it's very messy and very complicated. And that's where all this AI comes in, and that's where the internet comes in, that's where social media comes in, that's where all this outrage culture comes in. It comes in from an unprecedented amount of opinions. And so there's so much that's fucking up the noise from the actual data, because there's so many human beings that can talk simultaneously now. And the ones who want to talk the most generally are the fucking dumbest. Right? They're the ones that have the time to be spewing shit out on social media all day because they're distracting themselves from whatever they really should be doing with their life. That's like, it's a psychological thing. The type of person that gets completely addicted to arguing with people on Twitter all day,
oh, God.
That person is for sure distracting themselves from something they should have been doing.
And you're arguing against something you don't even know who they are. You don't know how old they are.
And
you don't know how they're dressed.
So many of them. And they're the primary users of these angry, aggressive social media platforms. And so you get a distorted perception of what's happening with human beings. But it's colliding with people that are pushing back against that.
Yeah.
It's colliding with people that are opening their eyes to the amount of corruption, the amount of bullshit, the amount of lies you're being told, the amount of money that's being made by these fucking people that are supposed to be making $170,000 a year.
It's just slavery. It's different forms of slavery.
I don't know if it's control.
In my opinion.
It's control. It's control. It's human beings controlling human beings, and they can do it by tricking you. And they can trick you into thinking they're with you. They're with trans kids, and they're woke, and they're this and that. Right. I'm telling you, they're werewolves. That's a trick to get you to come fucking to hang out in the cafeteria until the moon comes up.
Well,
That's what that is.
In the movies, where they do the werewolves? In the movies.
Well,
how do we get rid of werewolves, though?
They shoot them with silver bullets. Except American Werewolf in London, I think they just use regular bullets, which makes more sense. Because why should you need a silver bullet? What are we doing here?
Yeah, we don't need some. But they are. We've clarified they are werewolves.
There's a kind of thing that's different than you. Okay, if you're an architect and you're listening to this, you really love NPR and you drive an electric car, I bet you're a good guy. You probably have low T, but they can fix that now. If you're listening to this, you could imagine a type of a person that exists at the same time that you do, that's capable of being such a sociopath that they will just lie to the world in a well-formed out manner that they know is going to cause a war, that they know is going to let public support be behind, because they've been lied to, behind a military campaign that's going to result in untold hundreds of thousands of deaths, possibly, like Iraq. So we know that wasn't that long ago. We know that they lied about weapons of mass destruction. They talked about it incessantly on television. They lied and got everyone's support behind Iraq, which didn't even make any sense.
0 cents.
It made 0 sense. But we were so riled up. We were like a dog that, someone's been fucking throwing rocks at the dog, and then they open the gate and another kid gets bit because he just happened to be there.
Yeah, and it's the guy in the corner like, oh my God, you see what happened? Everybody, what the fuck happened? Yeah. What the fuck happened? And if you just question, like, whoa, why are we going, what are you fucking, you're not American? You don't want to fight the terror? And he made the move. That's where Bush came in and make sure you let the world know how powerful we really are, George.
How you
and you let them know that this is the beginning. If you don't trust the new world order, then we shall declare war now. And he went, you either with us or you with them. And what he was really saying, now either with the werewolves or the non-werewolves. Get Muammar Gaddafi. You want to be on this team? Shove that shit in his ass. This is what you want?
Right.
Dude.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun,
They had us
dun,
back then. That was mission accomplished.
Yeah,
That was when they thought they won. And we kept going on for like 10 more years.
You're with us.
Yeah, well.
Oh, you're with them.
And the problem with that is what 9/11 exposed that was great was that there is real patriotism when things go sideways.
Yes.
That people will come together,
Yes.
and I swear to God, to people that are listening to this,
Yes.
that weren't an adult during that time, I swear to God, there was a noticeable, more positive change in the way people interacted with people.
Yep.
Especially the way people treated cops and firemen.
Yep.
I remember when I was in New York City after 9/11 and these firemen were hanging out with us outside in front of this comedy club, and it was like hanging out with stars. Like, it was like, these are like the local stars on the hockey team or something like that. Everybody was like, wow, here's a fireman. Like, it was totally different, man. Firemen were getting laid like crazy, they were telling me. Women wanted to fuck heroes. They wanted to fuck real heroes because those are the people that really did risk their lives going in to save people when fucking buildings collapsed.
Sire, this is causing the opposite effect that we wanted. Do tell me. They are uniting. And they're treating them as heroes. They're becoming dangerous with their pride and their patriotism.
What we're saying worst case
Demonize
scenario,
them.
What we're saying worst case scenario is that they not only knew that those planes are going to hit the towers, but that they planned for it.
And they planned
and they
the
allowed it to
counterattack.
happen. That's the scariest of all the conspiracy theories. And I'm not saying that that's what happened. I think much more likely there's a lot of things that happened that were incompetence. I think getting that many people to keep their mouth shut about a plan where planes are going to slam into the World Trade Center, boy, that seems sketchy. That seems like people would come out. But I think one thing they absolutely do is when shit goes down, they take advantage of it.
Well, to the point where you just said, the media was so powerful. Don't forget they were on all cylinders. All cylinders. If you
Right, there was
question,
no social media back then.
No social media. All you
Right.
could do is go on. I remember being in a pub. I was in Chester, New Jersey. I don't know. I went pub. I don't know the fuck did that come from? I was in a pub.
Where did that come from?
Yeah.